Hi there and welcome back to Tarot by Fernanda. On today's video, we'll go over whether you're still on this person's mind. How do they feel about you? Do they still think about you? So you will have to choose one of the 4 piles. You'll see it in a bit. Take your time to intuitively choose the pile. Also remember, this is a very general reading, so sometimes it is to the T and sometimes you have to be smart enough to only take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? And as always, we keep it positive in here. Feel free to like, subscribe, follow me if that's what you feel like doing. If you feel compelled to, please do so. All that information is down below, and the timestamps, you can also find them in the comment section, okay? So without further ado, I will let you choose one of the 4 piles and I will see you soon. Bye. Hi there, pile number 1. So if you chose this crystal, amethyst, then you also have this card. So we're gonna look into your cards. I haven't looked into your cards, okay? So we will be discovering at the same time. So let me show you first the cards and then we will, go over each one of them. So first we got the 6 of Cups. We got the Lovers. We got the King of Cups. We got the 10 of Cups. A lot of cups here. We got the 2 of Swords. We got the Knave of Cups. We got the 7 of Cups. Yes, there's cups everywhere in here. We'll talk about that. We got Strength, a major arcana here. Got Gemini, Leo right now present so far, and the 5 of Wands. Yeah, okay, perfect. And then we got your oracle cards to clarify, which we will get to this after, okay? So let's start first with your reading. Let me just sit comfortably. Okay. So what is this telling me? What are your angels telling me about the person you're thinking about and want to know if they think about you? And also, in case that you do see my phone here, it's just recording the voice. Okay, so let's see. All right, the 6 of Cups, the Lovers, and the King of Cups. Okay, this person who you're inquiring about, who you want to know whether they think about you, they definitely do. They do. See, we got the beautiful Lovers here. It's, I feel like that's more like the past energy was, he saw you. And he, like, even from the beginning, he felt like, oh, we're soulmates. We got here the King of Cups. I have a feeling that this person was like that type of very lovey-dovey emotional person, and if it wasn't him, then it was you. And maybe you two were not necessarily romantic, but like before you met each other, but definitely when you were together, it's like this, all the feelings rushing in, feeling them. There's a lot of love here with the 6 of Cups as well. There's a lot of love in here. There's a lot of they saw you probably dated this person, and if you didn't date this person, then you never could for whatever reason. but you two definitely, there was genuine love. Okay, so I don't feel like this pile, if you pick pile number 1, I don't feel like this is just a crush and you're wondering if he thinks of you. I don't feel like it's a crush. I really feel like this is a past relationship. Yes, I really do feel like this is a past relationship. And now with the Six of Cups, regardless of what it's the usual meaning to this, I mean, this usually means, you know, you're thinking of the past. I'm getting like, it's like there's a hurtful feeling when it comes to you, when it comes to the past, however things turn out between you and him. It was like this bittersweet feeling of, I want to be with her, but I can't. There's a lot of passion. I really sense a lot of passion, but there's that bittersweet feeling of, there's something, I feel like there's something else, a reason why you two could not be together. I do sense that there was a reason why, because it's such a strong connection. Okay, this is not like just a crush or like someone you met, or maybe some people wonder about someone they have never even talked to, but this is not the case. Like if you just pile number 1, they know who you are, right? Maybe you haven't dated, but they know who you are. You guys have talked, you guys maybe have tried to make something happen, but you know, for whatever reason it didn't. But most of you, I do think that you dated this person and you're wondering if this person still thinks about you. And when it comes to the past, you know, they have strong feelings about you. It's bittersweet of feeling like you cannot be with that one person you want to be with. Now, we got the Ten of Cups for present energy, the Two of Swords, and the Knave of Cups. Okay, so now again, in the past, present, and future, we got so many cups, meaning I really feel like your connection. Okay, so 1, it could be also be telling me that the person you're inquiring about, or you either one of you are water signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Also means that maybe one of you or both of you, or the entire relationship was always very emotional. You will always listen to your heart, your intuition, your emotions, and I mean, I really feel like it only got you so far. There must be a reason why you're not together. He does. Okay, the thing is, with the Ten of Cups for the current energy right now, there's so much love. They do see you as that potential. When they think of you, they think of like what could have been, in the sense of, I mean, it could still happen. It's just more of like they think of you and how great would it be to have a family with you. So I really think that this person is someone you dated in the past. Okay, it's not someone random, someone that you know you have only exchanged a couple of words with. With the Two of Swords here, they're thinking about it. They really are trying to, you know, there's a tough choice to make, and this is why, again, I do feel like there might be some other type of playing here. There might be, it could be a third party. There could be, by third party doesn't mean like another person, but it's just a third energy affecting your connection, your romantic connection, which is very strong. So sometimes a third party energy, yes, it could be someone else, but it also could be family, it could be work, it could be society, it could be a lot of things. So he really is thinking about it. Currently, he thinks about you 100%. The Two of Swords is someone that is taking a very long time to make a decision, because they really are trying to use their intuition to make that decision. So I do feel like this person, when they think of you, they do think of you like, this will be great. Like, I would love to have a family with her. I would love to build something very strong with her. And they're very curious about you. They do wonder what you're up to. They are always keeping an eye on you. with this Knave of Cups. That's what it's telling me. Let me see if there's something else. I think that's it for now. But yes, there are 100%, like currently right now, they are thinking of you. They want to make a decision because they think that this has been going on, like this whole them taking some time, or them having to make a choice or take a decision has been going on for some time. And they know they have to make one, but they're taking their time because they want to do the right one. They're obviously, again, because of all the cups, and I feel like one of you are a water sign, you understand. Maybe you're not necessarily a spiritual person, maybe he's not necessarily a spiritual person, but there's like with the Two of Swords, maybe their mind and their heart are saying different things, right? So that's when it takes longer to make a choice. You know, you probably have been there in the past that sometimes your wallet says something, but your heart wants to buy something, and you're like, okay, your mind and your heart saying different things. So it's kind of the same thing here, but you know, in a very important situation when it comes to love. Now, in the future energy, just to know what we can expect, we got the Seven of Cups, we got the Strength card, Leo sign, and then we got the Five of Wands. Yeah, okay, so in the immediate future, we'll clarify with the oracle cards, but I just don't feel yet that there will be like a reunion, or like if there is, I don't feel like it will be like a long-standing one, just because there's still conflict going on. With the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of dreaming, there's a lot of, you know, again, cups, it's a lot of feelings, but not necessarily actions. And this is the thing, we have a lot of cups, which is feelings, emotions, intuition, but you also need, you know, coins, which will be more of commitment, or air, which is more like intellectual and, you know, making decisions, having a clear view and a clear vision. And this is not what we have right now. There's a lot of feelings. So this person 100% thinks of you, 100% you're still in his mind, but it's more like he imagines of like, how would it be to be with you? And he lives a lot in his imagination and in his mind. And then we also got the Five of Wands. So that tells me there's still conflict going on. So these two together, it is telling me there's a lot of inner conflict in his mind. He cannot make up his mind yet. So for the immediate future, I'm thinking the next 1 to 2 months, I don't think this person is going to reach out to you yet. The angels are trying to give him strength. So here we got the Strength card, and then understanding that, you know, you don't have to be the strongest physically speaking, but as long as you're like someone that is sweet, empathetic, that you're a good person, you can achieve so much. And then the angels are really trying to, like, he's on a journey in here. He's very confused, and I don't feel like he's going to make a choice anytime soon, just because he is just not acting on anything. It doesn't show that he's acting on anything. There's a lot of inner conflict in his mind. He cannot make up his mind. And I mean, he is already in that situation. Like, the center of the entire reading is a Two of Swords, which he doesn't know. He doesn't know what he is going to choose. And he is taking his sweet time to make that decision. And so that's what I have for you right now. Let me see the oracle cards, and then hopefully they will clarify more. Okay. Okay, so we got two. I guess there's different messages. You will know which one is meant for you, because I guess you know the type of person we're dealing, because here obviously the general message is this person loves you or show you a lot of love in the past, right? Still has you in his mind, he still has you on his mind. He thinks of you, but it doesn't seem like he's making a decision anytime soon. So for some of you, you might not want to wait. For some of you, you might think, okay, yes, this person, I feel like he might be my soulmate. I want to wait for him. So we got mixed messages in here. First, we got nothing will come out of this, which is pretty clear, is Angel's way of saying, you know, don't wait for this person, because he's taking his sweet time to make a decision, to make up his mind. And, you know, at the end of the day, he might not be choosing you. So don't even wait. This is not gonna, there's nothing out of this situation, nothing good or positive that is going to fit your life with even more happiness. So there's nothing good for you in here, right? Not saying that the person is bad. It's just that there's nothing more. Like every life decision, every life experience is meant for growth. Okay, so then in this case, your angels, if they're really saying nothing will come out of this situation, it's because they just don't want you to keep wasting energy, right? Your thoughts and your feelings for this person. Like, don't keep investing energy on this situation, because nothing will come out of it for you, nothing that will serve you in a positive way, or in a way that your angels want you to live your life. Now, you got free will, so you can, if you know that this is the type of person that he does this every single time, that he cannot make a decision, and that this can last another couple of years, then you already know that this message might be more for you. But then we also got luck is on your side. So I got two messages in here. For some of you, luck is on your side. So I do think that this might, there might be something, like I said, for some of you, that guy's angels are like trying to give him strength, to make a decision, to push through. I get a feeling like this person sometimes, if things are hard, he just gives up. So they're trying to give him strength not to give up this time, not to just, if things get hard, then just give up, and he only looks for easy things. So they're trying to give him that strength, because there's a lot of inner conflict right now. So you might, for some of you, this time around, he will come around. But also I do feel like luck is on your side, because some of you, this is just a message for some of you, I do think you will start a new relationship, a new romantic relationship. It's the new moon Sagittarius, and I do think that some of you, may have a new relationship in the horizon. So maybe when this person comes around, you won't even really care about anymore. There's obviously a strong connection, or at least he felt like you might be like soulmates. There was a very passionate, but the thing is, again, what I want to repeat it just to make it very clear, a relationship, right, has to have four things: commitment, passion for sure, intimacy, and communication, right? And in here, I'm really seeing more the intimacy, which is really nice, because it seems like you two could open to each other, you could trust each other. And I do see passion, but I don't see that communication and commitment in here. And I think commitment is why your angels are saying there's nothing that's going to come out of this situation, because there's no commitment. Even if he comes around, there's not going to be real commitment. So just letting you know that. Again, take what resonates and leave the rest. Then we got peace, and we got hunger. Okay. So for this too, now it's number 28, which ends up being it's 2 plus 8 is 10, so then it's 1, if that means anything to you. And then we got number 29, which is 11 or 2. Now for peace, the message with this is your angels reminding you not to let anything take your peace of mind, because that is precious. And you might hear me say this in more than one video sometimes when this part comes out, or when a similar message comes out, but peace of mind is precious. Sometimes we want something so bad, whether it's a job, a friendship to work out, a relationship to work out, a trip, you want to travel the world, but if it costs you your peace of mind, then it's too expensive. Okay, it's too much of an expense. They're saying to protect that. At the end of the day, anything that costs your peace of mind is not worth for you. There's nothing that will come out of the situation. If you already don't have peace of mind, you're not in a high vibrational level, and you cannot be attracting positive things for yourself. Now we got hunger, which is your angel's way of saying that you need to, we all have a shadow, right? We have light energy and we have the shadow that we have to work through. So things that sometimes we don't want to see, or we know that we have, but we don't like to see that, okay, this is the way we are. And by not looking at it, what we think are flaws, we're not working through them, we're not working through that trauma. And they're just telling you hunger is just a reminder of knowing that it's really good to accept your shadow, to understand what makes you hungry, what sometimes, I think like an animal, sometimes the thing that sometimes separate us from animals is sometimes, one of the things is if we're hungry, like animals, they just go and they eat, and they're not thinking whether is the animal dead already before eating it, right? They just go, it's like this savage instinct, right? Animal instinct, but we're not like that. And it's just saying that, yes, accept things that make you hungry, make you like that animal instinct that you don't care about anything else. When that wakes up, like, know what wakes up that feeling, but do not giving into that. Like, knowing what your shadow is, but recognize it, so then you can be more careful and you can accept it. First step is that. And then another thing that I always say when I see this card is that story of that kid that asked his grandpa whether, like, how do we know if we're good or bad? And his grandpa tells him this story about we all have a wolf inside of us. One is good and one is bad, right? The white and the black wolf. And then the kid is like, so how do we know who wins? And then the grandpa just says, whichever you feed. So that's true, and that I remember the first time I heard that, it just makes so much sense. So just make sure of, like, keep in check the feelings, the thoughts that you're having. What are you feeding, right? Just because also I do sense that this person really likes you, really thinks of you, but I do feel like for some of you, it is costing your peace of mind, okay? One thing is being completely fine with how things turn out and just living your life. And if he comes around and if he's still on time, then fine, perfect. But then, and if that's your case, then great, keep doing you. But then I feel like there's some other people that this connection may not inspire the best, like, of them, like when you're with this person, and when you're not with this person, maybe you're more in a low vibrational level, so that might be some hints that maybe you're not handling separation the best way. Maybe you're investing too much in this person and not in yourself, right? Now let's see, last we got intuitive and psychic powers. Okay, now I understand something else then. And then we got chakra love. Now for this one, I'm gonna see the manual because this is a new deck, and I know a little bit of it for this one, but okay, for the psychic, intuitive and psychic powers, okay, now it makes sense because I see a lot of cups. So that again is water signs. Water signs tend to be very intuitive to start with. Water is intuition as well. So I do feel like you and him feel very connected. Okay, you feel connected in a different way. Like I then, some of you have tried already to detach from this person, and even if you're not spiritual, you probably have noticed that I don't know why cannot I get this person out of my mind. Hi there, sorry, my camera died, so it got caught. But I was saying that you have this like psychic connection with this other person. That's one of the reasons why it has been hard also to leave this person. Something that maybe it is the case for you too is sometimes you feel emotions that you feel like they're not yours and you might feel like they're someone else's. That could be too. And also one of you, probably you are, because this message is more for you, you probably are someone that is very like, you're an empath, you're someone that can receive messages as well, or has facility receiving messages from your angels or from spirits. So do actually, invest time in that instead. And sometimes I tell you by experience, when you are going through any type of trauma, whether it's family related, work, if it's a relationship, those, if you have the gift, it's kind of blocked in a way, right? And then once that you actually are on, you have peace of mind, you're in a good energy level, or at least for me, that's when I started like seeing and noticing things. And it's not that spirits were never there, or it's not that my angels were not there, it's just I could not see them because I had too much in my mind to even think of that, to even be able to receive messages. So I'm just telling you, maybe they want to know, for some of you, they want you to know that you do have some really like strong psychic gifts, and to think about that. Okay, now we got chakra love. So while my camera was off, I took the time to look into the book, and pretty much chakra love was what I thought. It's just your angels want you to look more into your chakras, into all the chakras, and then understand that sometimes there's blockages. Sometimes chakras can be closed or open. To open is not good either. And they want you to look more into it, to know, to get informed about chakras, and then do the necessary work to unblock them, or to open them or to close them a bit. So I do think maybe because we got the psychic and chakras together, probably if you chose pile number 1, your psychic gift or your ability is meant to have to do with chakras and energy, studying how energy works, how the chakras work. I don't know much about that. That is not my specialty. But you're more of like a healer, because I do feel like people that know about chakras and know about like how that can affect your life, and I think that there's some type of healer, so that might be one of your gifts. Okay, so pile number 1, I hope that helped you to get some clarity about this person that you're thinking of, that you wonder if they're thinking about you. And if you feel compelled to, please follow me on my Instagram account, like and subscribe, comment on this video, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye. Hi there, pile number 2. So if you chose this crystal, then here are your cards. Now I haven't looked at your cards, so we're gonna look at them at the same time. I'm gonna show you the cards first, and then I will go one by one. Now also, I'm not sure if you can see my phone here, but really this is just to record the voice. So let's start with first 4 of Cups. This represents past energy. We got the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it is a page. Then we got the Knight of Swords. The very brave Knight of Swords. I don't know why I thought of brave. Like they just told me brave. I don't know why. Then we got the Chariot. I love to see this card. Now this is for the present energy. We got the Ace of Pentacles. The beautiful coin from the universe. We got the Nine of Swords. I will explain everything in a second. Okay? Then we got the World for future energy. We got the Ten of Swords. And then we got the Two of Wands. Interesting. Now I got 6 other oracle cards, which I will go over after this. Okay? They're gonna help to clarify a bit more. All right, so let me take a look into your cards. Okay, to start with, in the past energy, there's some mixed energies here. I don't know if it might be represented by you. Like some of this might be you, because here we got the 4 of Cups and we got the Page of Coins. So there's like the feeling I'm getting from this person is to begin with. Yes, and then we got the Knight of Swords, which here we have someone taking stand of, no, I'm not necessarily interested, or I'm not accepting maybe this person was at a place that they're not, maybe when you met, he's just not into having any relationship. Maybe he doesn't want to, maybe he doesn't want a relationship, yet he's really curious about you. And then we got the Knight of Swords, which is someone that really goes after what they want. So I wonder if maybe the Knight of Swords is more you, that like you really want him, right? Yet he's taking more of a stand that he's just very curious about you, but he's just in a place of life where he's not satisfied with himself. He's not satisfied with whatever he has. He's not satisfied in that way. So no matter how good whatever comes at him, he's not going to be able to accept it, to enjoy it to 100%. And we all have been there at some point, that we have the best environment possible, we have the best options, yet we don't seem to be enjoying any of it. So you will know which one is your energy and which one is his energy, but there's this like mixed feelings of, in a way, he does see like the value in you, he's curious about you, but at the same time he's just not someone that is open to a relationship. This might represent more of like, if this is him, he might be someone that really goes after what he wants, and he has already a goal set in mind, so anything else for him would not make sense, right? He's being very realistic of how to get from A to B, and being in a relationship is not part of his plans. So that's a little bit how I'm feeling about this. There's like this resistance. Let me just sit comfortably. There's some resistance in here, okay? That's how, when you met, this is how it was. Now for the current energy, we got the Chariot, we got the Ace of Pentacles, and we got the Sword. So we got Cancer energy in here. Moon or Sun rising sign. Let's see. So what it's telling me is, yes, I do feel like this person, he has always been someone that has something like on his mind, or even could be someone, maybe he was really stuck in a previous relationship, maybe he was stuck with someone, like he had someone in his mind, so anyone else, he wouldn't even really pay attention to them, like he wouldn't see them, regardless of how amazing you were or how amazing the next person is. They just don't see that person because they're so stuck with someone else, or they're stuck with an idea of like what their goals are, and they just don't feel like a relationship will get them there, or any relationship. Now the thing is, they have very clear like the direction they want to go. They do with the Cancer energies, like I think that for them, maybe they do have more of a monetary approach. They do want to be monetary abundant, physical abundance, a house. They want to have stability in a way. They have to have a job. Maybe they're in university and they're thinking, okay, I have to, focus because I want my GPA to be as high as possible so that I can get whatever job they want. This is just one example, okay? So it's just like they have a goal set into their mind, and that is to get that first opportunity that they dream of, that has to do with a job or has to do with money or like some type of physical asset. Like, and by physical asset, I don't mean like physical as in like a 6-pack. I mean as in like a house or a car, right? Something that is physical, that is tangible, that they might want to get. Now the thing is, we got the 9 of Swords. So I do feel like they do think about you because although they have this very specific goal in mind, they stay up at night thinking about you. They're not, this is for some of you. It's like, some of you, this person currently is just doing their own thing. They're working really hard. I don't think this person is dating anyone else. It's just that this person is working really hard to achieve their goals. But at the same time, sometimes, this is what I always say in my readings, you have to question whether what you're giving up, what you're giving up and what you're gonna get in return is what you're gonna get in return, what you're going after. Is it more than what you're giving up? Because sometimes otherwise it's not worth it. So it's like sometimes at nighttime, he thinks of you and probably other things that other people that he has to let go, and it haunts him a little bit of it haunts him all the things that he has to give up, right? And that's also something I want to say, I'm going to take the chance to say it in here. It's sometimes anyone has the right to live their life how they want to be. And I think that sometimes when people are so quick to judge of, okay, well, this person, when you see someone that has got somewhere and you're like, oh, I'll give up anything to be where they are. Don't speak like so quick, because and sometimes we judge people or we like to criticize other people regardless of like if they got where they are in very shady ways. They had to make a sacrifice, and you never know the sacrifices that person had to make to get there. And it's so easy sometimes to say, oh yeah, I'll like this person, she's not even whatever, she probably slept her way up to it or whatever, well, maybe she did, but that was she had to give up things, and those are things that maybe you're not willing to give up. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but sometimes we're so quick to judge, and we're so quick to think like, oh, like, don't complain, I will do anything to like be in your place. Well, maybe not, because you don't know what that person has given up, maybe has given up on relationships, maybe has given up on being with their family, has given up on so much that you cannot imagine. So whatever people have, they deserve it. Like, they deserve whatever they have or don't have. Everyone has made sacrifices, and I think that this person, sometimes those things do haunt him at times. He does wonder, about you a lot. Now, for some of you, I do feel like this means this will be on a different. That's how I could read it for some of you. I would say 20% of you. I do think that this person thinks about you a lot and wishes they could get a second chance. Okay? Wishes that they could redirect the way that we're going and have maybe a second chance with you. But the thing is, when it comes to the Chariot, it's always about the heart and the mind. It's what choice will they make at the end of the day. It's really just up to them. Now, for future energy, we got the World, we got the Ten of Swords, and then we got the Two of Wands. So I got two different messages for you. So the strongest one is that this person, I do feel like this person is going to turn is going to turn to, like, going to close the book and or close the chapter, whatever they say, and turn the page. So because it's like the end of a cycle, and he does feel like there's, he lost here, like there's nothing else to do in this connection. He might feel like it is just time to move on and to keep going on with my journey. And then we got the Two of Wands, which is thinking of future plans. And I really feel like this person really thinks as an individual. The energy is very different for each pile. I have been doing pile number 1 only so far, and it was a very different energy. And for this, I just feel like this person wants to travel the world, wants to make plans, and he feels like maybe, what you two had at some point, there's just like, it's like there's nothing left, not in the sense that they don't think about you or they don't feel anything for you, or like they don't have curiosity of how could you two work out. But it's just like he feels like it's a dead end at the end of the day, or that you may not take him back, or you may not want to communicate with him again after whatever he has done. Maybe he left, yeah, he has plans of, you know, moving on and keep going on with his life. We're gonna clarify with oracle cards, but also maybe for some of you, yeah, it's just like in the first scenario I gave you, and in the second scenario I'm gonna give you, in both he does feel like there's no chances with you anymore. Like there's probably no chances of reconnecting again. But for some of you, maybe this person will realize that he can do all the things he wants to do and be having a romantic connection at the same time. So that might be for some of you. Hi there, and sorry about the overlap of the two videos. My camera turned off, so I just had to restart and the oracle part. Okay, so let me start with the first card is adjustments are required. Then we got expect powerful changes, followed by power, number 16. 1 plus 6 is 7, in case that means anything to you. And then number 12 with boundaries, which will be number 3. Okay, and so, okay, so to start with, angels are telling you that I think if you felt like lately there has been no change in your life, things have been monotone, has been pretty, you know, you feel like nothing is really getting better in your life, as like for you specifically. Now it's not necessarily about the connection. I feel like this message is more meant for you. Things are going to change, but there needs to be an adjustment, and part of that adjustment has to do with setting boundaries and being strict about it. Okay, so you know, it does no good telling someone, if you do this again, or don't even like look for me anymore because I'm not gonna answer to your messages. But that's what you communicate, but what you actually end up doing is replying to those messages or going above and beyond for someone when you supposedly already put boundaries, right? So boundaries are not real boundaries when you communicate them. Boundaries are real boundaries when you act on them, okay? Saying things are not boundaries, are not setting boundaries. Acting on things based on how you feel and how you respect yourself and love yourself, and then you set very firm boundaries. Those are real boundaries, and your angels are saying and really encouraging you to you know, feel your power. I was gonna say this power really makes me think of the Strength card, which is a major arcana. It's that woman opening the mouth of a lion, and it's just that she's really strong because she knows she's strong. She knows she's the strongest in the room. She knows she's fierce, but not because of like physical strength. It's because she knows who she is. There's no one that can unset her in any way. So because boundaries and power are next to each other, it really is a very clear message of understand who actually adds anything to your life, not only people but experiences, situations, and then understand that you create your own bubble, that you need self-love as well to even set boundaries, and then be firm on them. Otherwise they're not boundaries. I think they really are pushing that message of you communicating things will do nothing. You acting on things will do something, right? And then we got here a spiritual suffering, and we got think with your heart. And I do think that part of this, it does have to do with the connection. So a spiritual suffering, I do think that I don't know what is the name in English of those insects that do glow. Yeah, that do glow, and then at nighttime. But I do think that you're like one of those. I mean, it's a metaphor for like you're in that bottle, and you are someone that can shine so much. Again, with the power, right? That it reminds me of strength. You are someone who can shine so much, and for some reason you choose to be in this bottle with other, not insects, but you know, you choose. Why are you dimming your light? And here think with your heart, and the candle is, lit. So it's why are you dimming your light for others? I do think that this connection specifically, you're not gonna receive anything that is like that good for you. I think that you should, if anything, if you want to wait for this person to come around, which it doesn't seem like he will come around for you, it really feels like you should be living your life, you should be enjoying you, and think with your heart. And think with your heart means like with self-love. What do you want to do? What does your soul feel like doing? And I think you got to start understanding that it's not like, sometimes we think we have a soul, but we don't have a soul. We are a soul in a body. We have a body, right? So think with your heart is, you just think and process the fact that you're a soul that has come to this earth to achieve so many things. So do not stop yourself on something that may not be serving you. Like, don't stop your journey. Don't stress yourself out over someone or something that is not really feeding any healthy energy in you. Okay, so just I think that's for you. That's everything for you, and I'll see you next time. If you do feel compelled to do so, please do follow me on Instagram. All the information is down below, and like, comment, share this video. Okay, see you next time, pile number 2. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. So if you chose this crystal, then welcome. Now, I just want to start by saying that take what resonates and leave the rest. If you see my phone here, I'm just recording my voice with this because I'm using my professional camera this time. And I haven't looked at your cards yet, so we're going to look at them at the same time. I'm going to show you your cards first, and then I'll go one by one. Okay, so to represent first past energy, we got the 9 of Spades or the 9 of Wands. Then we got wisdom, number 2. We got transformation, number 13. Then we got, for current energy, we got the Queen of Spades or the Queen of Wands. Then we got the 2 of Arrows or the 2 of Swords. Then we got the 6 of Cups in here for current energy right now. And then for future energy, we got the 3 of Cups. We got the 5 of Coins. And we got the 3 of Staves. And then I got some oracle cards here for you that I will look at the end of this first part of the reading, just to use them as clarifiers, okay? So let me first take a look. Okay, so to start with, so the 9 of Staves here for the past, the past energy of this connection, we got the 9 of Staves, wisdom, and transformation, which is death. Now, with this, it is telling me, I don't know how long this lasted, okay? But it might, for some of you, might have been very short. But it's something that there was a lot of passion. It's right away. There was passion in there. And I think that one of you was more holding back. And it was this person really saw you as mysterious, as, was very curious to get to know you. I think that you two didn't have initial plans. One of you didn't have really initial plans of getting to know each other more, but then it happened. For some of you, you didn't go in thinking I want to get to know this person necessarily, or the other person didn't necessarily want to get to know you, and just like what is her name, Shahrazad and Shahriyar, which I'm probably butchering the names. I know I'm butchering the names, but has to do, you know, that 1001 stories. So those are the two characters of that. So like the king doesn't kill her because he wants to hear the rest of the story, and then 1001 days pass by, so then at the end of the day he decides not to kill her. So I do feel like there was no intention of necessarily being together in that way, but then it ended up happening and got to know each other more because there was so much to get to know about the other person. He felt like you were very mysterious. And also there's two things. I feel like this thing didn't, like, it was like the perception of it was like it's not gonna last. It's just meant to, you know, lit a fire and then die in a way. But at the same time, I feel like for some of you, your person really felt like this was a very transformative experience. That connection with you was a very transformative experience. Again, it's like they didn't expect to like you in that way, because Persephone and Pluto, which is the god of the underworld, they end up falling in love with each other as well. And Persephone, again butchering their names, she was not like expecting to fall in love with him. Like, he kidnaps her and then she ends up falling in love with him. So it's two stories of love that were very unexpected, and that's why I do feel like the entire connection to start with was very unexpected for you two, or for one of you. But there was so much passion. Like, you can see the stakes are fire, but in this specific deck, you see you see the shape of this man kissing this woman, and like, yeah, pretty intense. Now in the current energy, right? So at this point we got the Queen of Staves, Two of Arrows, and the Six of Cups. And it's funny, we got one of each. We're just missing coins. So we got passion, we got intimacy, and we got the mind in here. And 100% he's thinking of you. He really is. With the Two of Swords being Two of Arrows, which are swords, being in the center of this reading, which now that reminds me that there's I don't know if it's pile number 1 or pile number 2, but Two of Swords which is Two of Arrows, was in the middle of the reading as well. So you might have been compelled to choose either number 1 or 2 as well. Now, this person is 100%, like angels are saying, he's thinking about you. He's thinking of making a choice. He does see you. Six of Cups, it really tells me that he does see you as a soulmate, as someone he will want to be with, like in the long run. Definitely this person. Six of Cups, it's thinking about the past, thinking about a really beautiful memory. I don't know how long it has been that you two have not been together, but he does really, in this specific tarot deck, in the Six of Cups, they are like, it's like a couple ready to be married or something. I think she's wearing like a wedding dress. But it also gives me a hint that he feels like you are a soulmate, or that regardless if he's spiritual or not, he does feel like you're very, very special in a way. And yeah, he is making a choice. He's really thinking and reflecting about this. He's taking his sweet time to make that choice. He does want to be with you. And yes, there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of fire in here. It might be also because I see a lot of staves in here. One of you might be a fire sign, right? So Leo, Aries, and I'm missing another one. But if you are a fire sign, you know, or if he's a fire sign, you will know. But there's a lot of passion in here. Now for future energy, just to know like what's going on really, we got the Three of Cups. Then we got the Five of Coins. And then we got the Three of Staves. So, it's like mixed messages in here, again, but I do feel that there's going to be some type of reconnection. The only thing is that you have to keep in mind, it's either one of you that has this mentality of I'm not good enough for the other person. With the Five of Coins, it's like this scarcity, right? This mentality of scarcity, and it could be that you feel like, you know, sometimes we may rather not have a relationship if we're not in a stable place, and we'd rather not let anyone in and know our business and what's going on, and if we have a debt and all of that. Like, we don't want to know those things, other people to know those things that, you know, we feel very insecure about, and we have this mentality of scarcity, and we think that makes us feel we're less than, you know, makes us feel like less of a person. So there might be insecurity in there, or it might be that one of you feel like there's no way that this person will want to be with you. So it's either he thinks that or you think that, but definitely, I mean, to start with, if you're asking about this person, you are interested. And then this person is definitely interested, thinks about you, thinks of you in a way of like a very sweet way. I mean, there's a physical connection in there for sure, but also thinks of you like, you know, I do think like she and I were like soulmates, even if he might not use the word soulmates, but might say something else like I never met someone like her. And yeah, there will be time for celebration in the short term, and I do think that you two will be moving on together. So with the Three of Staves, it does make me think that he is thinking of that. He, in the short term, I'm saying like 1 or 2 months from now, I do think that this person might contact you and might want to move things forward. Okay, now let's go with the oracle cards. Let's see, what are your angels saying? Yeah, okay, so we got your dreams need a practical plan with the full moon in Taurus. Then we got hold your vision. We got balance, number 19, which is 1 plus 9 is 10. And then it is number 1. And then, yeah, number 34, extremes. Passion, there's definitely passion in here. Then we got storytelling. And we got heart chakra. Okay. So, well, the angels are being very straightforward, and it's just that for you two to be together, I think you do need a practical plan. I think this makes, they're talking about you and him have a lot of, like, there's a lot of passion, okay? There is a lot of passion. I don't even think that you guys have been separated. It's more like you are not official yet. That's the feeling I'm getting. So you need a practical plan for this. You can only go so far with only passion, right? You need that commitment and communication. And it's just, you know, sometimes I know we don't want to ruin a beautiful thing, and we just don't want to talk about anything or where is this going, because we are scared that it might scare one of you. But it's better just to, you know, to have that conversation. You do need a practical plan of how you two, your personalities, you might be very extremes, you know, and maybe the passion keeps you together, and maybe sex is really good, but okay, other than that, what? It's, you know, you need, if you want to be together, you need to find ways of coexisting together, other than just, you know, sleeping with each other all the time, when things, to avoid arguments, let's say. And then hold your vision. So yes, they're saying like what you're thinking of this is a possibility. It's a big yes. Or they're saying it's a yes. Like, do not give up on this yet. I mean, you have free will, but they are saying hold your vision. It is a yes from the universe. This can happen, but you do have to have a practical plan. And you too, if you want to make this work, you need to have a talk. There needs to be balance. Okay, again, here with the balance and extremes, it's like opposites. So you two are extremes, and you two, I do think there's a lot of passion. And again, like I said, maybe you may use sex to avoid conversations, or you may not really think long term, and you just think of how good it feels now. And it's just that you need to have that balance. And this way, when you do have a balance, that's how you can figure out if this person is a right partner for you, right? One thing is a romantic partner, and something else is a sex buddy, right? So you need to figure out if this person is the right partner for you, someone that is also going to support you. Okay, hi, sorry, my camera died. So we got storytelling and heart chakra. And I'm not an expert of chakras, but when it comes to heart chakra, it has to do with receiving and giving love with empathy, right? So if you have that chakra closed, then you cannot fully process what love is. You cannot be empathetic towards anyone, really. So sometimes that is closed, sometimes that is too open. So just make sure that you do keep that in check, because it is important to make your choices with your heart, but also if it might be too open, maybe you're giving too much, and then it no longer is love, right? Because you should not give more than what you can give. And then we got storytelling, which really has to do with your angels want you to be very careful with the story that you tell yourself. Sometimes when we go to bed, or when we think about a specific person, we always tell ourselves the same story, like, oh, like he's like that because of his parents, or he's like that, or I'm like this because when I was a kid, this and this happened to me. And you keep repeating that story over and over again, and you don't realize that the only person that is making this true or real is you, right? You are repeating that story to yourself over and over again, whether it's a sub-story, whether it's whatever it is. Don't do that, because you are not letting the universe rewrite something for you, because you bring your past in that package everywhere. So don't define yourself based on your past. And there must be a story that you repeat over and over again to yourself when it comes to love, or when it comes to a family member, or whatever it is, something that happened to you. And they're just really telling you to not do that anymore, because that is what has been limiting you from the blessings of the universe, or from you to be reliving the same type of experiences over and over again. So pile number 3, that was everything for you. And I hope that this was helpful. If you do feel compelled to do so, please follow me on my Instagram account. Like, subscribe, comment. All the details are below. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi there, pile number 4, and welcome. If you chose this crystal, the clear quartz, then you're at the right place. Now, I haven't looked at your cards, okay? So we're going to look at them at the same time. Now, you do see my phone at times here. I'm just recording the voice. I'm using my phone to record my voice. So let's look at your cards and the energy. So to start with, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Then we have the Page of Swords, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. That's to represent the past energy. Then for present, for current energy, we got the Five of Pentacles. We got the Fool, the beautiful Fool, as the center of your reading. And then we got the Hanged Man. And for future energy, we have the beautiful Ace of Cups. we got the Knight of Wands and the beautiful Sun. Okay, and your oracle cards, I will leave them on the side and I will look at them to clarify after the first part of the reading, okay? So let me just take a look. And yeah, okay. So this person, I'm just going to start by saying this person is definitely thinking about you. To start with the Wheel of Fortune, we have this, when you two met, when you first met, this person felt like he was very lucky, or maybe if things were going very bad for him, and then meeting you was one of the lucky things that happened to him. And it's like you open this new world to him. It's like you open this world, you open his eyes to a new world. And also with the Knight of Pentacles is someone that probably in the beginning was more cautious of approaching you, and it doesn't mean that he was scared of approaching you. It's more like he did see the value in you. He saw a quality person, a valuable person, or a valuable connection, and he was very careful of how to approach it, approach you. Also, sometimes there could be other things going on in his life, so then he just wants to be very careful of like how he goes about it. Half the time he knows that he wants to go after you, but to have a real offer. With the Page of Swords, definitely he was eyeing you, like he had you under his radar before you did. Probably like before you noticed him, he noticed you. He was checking on you on social media. He wanted to know more about you. He will ask around, see who you were. So he was thinking about you before you even met. So like you officially met. So I think he did know about you. Or if this resonates more, like you knew about him before he knew about you. But definitely he does feel like it was fate that brought you together. He knew that he wanted you, but again, because of the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, I do really feel like he knew, he wanted to know more about you before he will approach you. So he noticed you before you noticed him. And now for current energy, we got the Five of Pentacles, the Fool as the center of the reading, and the Hanged Man. So I think there is a mentality from this person that he might not be enough. He thinks that he doesn't have, or he might have just like, he may have some insecurities and may just think too little about himself, may be in a situation maybe too that may make him feel like he's less, or that he doesn't have anything to offer you. But it's just this mentality of, for some reason, thinking that it's not gonna happen. So I do have a feeling that this is more of like a crush. If you actually dated this person, great. If you haven't and you're just wondering if this other person thinks of you as well, it's a big yes. I just think that this person hasn't approached you, or if he hasn't kept being around you, because sometimes there could be misunderstandings, and this person does think that he doesn't have what it takes, or he doesn't have much to offer you. You see this little girl looking down, and there's a key on the side, and there's a door, like she has the key to open the door, but somehow she keeps herself in that room, locked by herself. And then we got the Fool and we got the Hanged Man. So I do think currently there's going to be, I do think he thinks about you. He reflects a lot on, he might be someone that is more isolated, or maybe you are the one who hangs out on her own more. But I do see the wanting to start a new journey with you, to be enthusiastic, like positive, and go for it, like not thinking of the the consequences or thinking the whys or where or why, who, all the details. He just really wants to start a new journey with you. This person definitely does want to date you, okay? This person is interested in you. Now, I really feel like this might be a crush or someone that may not know you very well necessarily, or you didn't know each other for that long, because I don't, sometimes in some piles I do sense that deep soulmate love, and I feel like in here it hasn't happened yet, because I don't feel like you two had enough time to recognize if some of your soulmates, you haven't had the time to, you haven't spent enough time with that person. I don't see like deep love necessarily here. It's more of like something new that can happen, that this person does think about you if you were wondering, and this person is like a crush or someone you have talked to a couple times, but you don't know if he thinks of you in that way. He does, okay? He definitely does. He doesn't think of you like in a friendly way. He does think of you in a very romantic way, but it just seems like you guys haven't had the chance to make this evolve into anything more. And currently he does hope that it will. He does want to, be brave enough to somehow pave the way. And but at the same time, for some reason, I feel like he or she, that person or you may be isolated, or may, for some reason, probably because of what's going on. I do see the Hanged Man as someone that, in this right now, you're not together because you don't see each other often anymore. I don't know if it's from school or at work, but you don't have that connection as much. You don't connect as much in person anymore, so you haven't had that chance to connect, to see each other, right? But it's there. But then in the future, we got the beautiful Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Sun. So there's definitely a very bright future for both of you. I do think this person is 100% thinking of you. This person is coming forward. I think there's going to be a chance for you and this person to be together. I just see a new relationship between you two, passion, and then it's like a lot of happiness, a lot of bliss, happy and blissfulness, and just, beautiful energies in here. So this is for immediate future. So I'm thinking of a month or 2 months. You will come closer and closer. I think feelings will be made clear. And it's like you two will make each other very happy. It's like that honeymoon stage in the beginning. There's going to be definitely, you will start a new relationship. So this, I do see, like, this is a pile. I do see that it's more like a crush or something like that, or something that has been going on for some time, but it's very unclear whether we like each other or not, right? And in the other piles, it wasn't like that. And in this one, it's like you just don't know whether he sees you that way or not. And he does, and I do think you two will be dating in the near future. And yeah, and it will be that honeymoon stage. Now, let me see what your angels are saying, the oracle cards. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. This is a full moon in Pisces, so a water sign. Then nothing is yet set in stone. Then we have release, number 27, which is number 9, 2 plus 7, in case that means anything to you. Then we got number 33, which is blossoming. See, this and this, we got release and we got the sun, and I feel like they look the same, but one is releasing to the sun and someone is releasing to the moon, like at nighttime. I feel like one is like fears and the other one is like your wishes that you want them to happen. Yeah, and see, we got fear in here and you got surrender. I do feel like this is nothing yet set in stone and surrender. Release your fears. Yeah, okay. So I do see here a pattern, and I think some cards are meant to be together. So first we got balance, spirituality, and practicality. So it's just like anyone that is spiritual, you also need that practicality factor in it. And if you're someone that is very realistic and practical, you also do need that spirituality or that faith. And when you have that balance, it's when you can create things. It's a healthy balance. And with blossoming, your angels are really telling you to understand how beautiful you are inside out, also that you're very talented. I think you're someone that is very creative, and even if you are like, I don't know, in mathematics or an accountant and you're studying something that is more like, by the book, you're still very smart and you're very creative. You're a very beautiful person that is gonna blossom. I do have this feeling that you sometimes see yourself as the ugly duck, or like someone that no one will notice, or maybe sometimes I feel like you might not be very like girly, and sometimes you think that you're not necessarily pretty or appealing to the eye, but you are, and everyone is different. We all have feminine and masculine energy, and you don't have to be girly to be feminine, okay? And then with nothing is yet set in stone and surrender, it's like nothing is yet set in stone. It's like, don't worry about something, whether it happens or it doesn't happen. You have to surrender to the divine. You have to let your angels and your guides work on what you have been asking them. You can ask anything from your angels, from the universe. Obviously, as long as you're putting like a high vibrational energy, then what you ask will be given to you, unless there's something better for you. And yeah, so nothing is yet set in stone. So for some of you, it does feel like maybe some of you think that maybe making a change in their lives and may think that they're gonna lose contact with that other person, but that's not how it's gonna be. Don't worry. I do think that some of you think like, oh, it's the end of the world because I'm not gonna be seeing that person anymore, or it was my last chance to actually maybe say something to him, or for him to say something to me, and now it's just weird if we reach out to each other. Whatever it is not yet set in stone, and just surrender to and flow with everything. And then last but not least, we got release, and I do feel like this is with fear. So release any inner fears, anything that tells you that you're not good enough, anything that may paralyze you, right? Because fears are not real. They're insecurities. They're excuses fears, we use them as excuses not to do something that may be worth for us. And you got to release that. Understand that they're not real. Fear is not a real feeling, but it's a human feeling that we have created. So souls, we don't like, there's the basic fear instinct survival, which is a normal thing that animals even have as well. That it's when you have to run for your life. That's a instinct. That's a survival instinct. That has nothing to do with fearing to like, oh, I have fear of talking to my crush, or I have this fear of not being good enough. Those are things that we created ourselves. Those are not real. That's not a real feeling. Yet we have to process it because we're in a human world. So it's a bit weird for your soul to be having to process such feelings. But, understanding that fears are what you make, what you have. It's something that you created. And let me see if I get anything else from you. But no, I do feel like there's a really pretty connection in here. There's a beautiful connection between you and this person, and yeah, it's you two are going to start a relationship. Like this pile is a pile that I feel like, in other piles there's a strong connection, and it's very clear that they dated in the past. But in here, I feel like you might have not dated this person, and you haven't had the chance to give it a go. And for most of you, in the next 2 months, I think you're gonna have a chance to give it a go. Okay, so that was everything for me. I hope that was helpful. If you do feel compelled to do so, please follow me on my Instagram account. like, follow, comment on the video, and all the information is down below. Okay, well, I will see you next time, pile number 4, and yeah, bye.